Hi, my name is Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Today we're going to talk about how to overcome regret, avoiding this painful emotion. How do you overcome regret? One of the most painful emotions we have is humans. I mean, humans have a long list of emotions, some from very elated and wonderful to absolutely horrible. And frustration, pain, and regret are definitely in the horrible spectrum. And we're going to talk about this in this video, of the thoughts of some of the things that you can do to overcome the thoughts of regret and just overcome and avoid regret in general. But before we do that, if you could just take a moment, punch subscribe down below, that would be really great. That way you can get the latest updates and keep up on things. So when I talk about regret, what is regret? So let's see, dictionary definition of regret is looking back at the things that you wish you could change, but of course there is no way you can change those things. And let me get a book here. There's an author, Randall Peters. His entire philosophy is life without regrets, life with no regrets. So Randall Peters, he has been on at the North Pole, at the South Pole, on 7 summits, on 9 summits, climbed Kilimanjaro 5 times. I mean, this guy has been everywhere. Skydive, base jump, arrested in Yosemite. I mean, he's done some crazy stuff. Now, he could have a lot of regrets. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten arrested in Yosemite. Oh, I should have spent some extra time with my wife. I should have blah, 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 woulda, shoulda, coulda. This man is definitely not one with regrets. Now, why does Randy say that? Or Randall, I know him personally, so I call him Randy. Why does he say life without regrets? Well, when you look back, and I know this seems super simple, but roll with me here. When you look back at your life, what could you have changed given the knowledge that you had back then? That's right, nothing. See, regret is the belief that, dang, if I only had blank information, blank money, blank resources, I could have put myself on the moon or something crazy. So I struggle with that a lot. I get these emotions, dang, I wish I would have had more information so I could have written this book quicker and had the vision how to do it. But one of the challenges of being human is you have to learn. No matter what happens in your life, you have a couple of factors. One, you were born naked, screaming, dumb, ignorant, and mute. Not really mute, but unable to speak. You don't understand language. Now, is that all negative? No. But is that how everyone on earth starts? Absolutely. Fast forward, 20 years. Maybe you've completed high school. Maybe you're starting in college. Maybe you're working. Maybe you're a mother or father staying at home. Who knows? But those sequences where you go from nothing, clueless, helpless, useless, to somebody that begins to contribute in society is a massive leap. So you always have to look back and remember, I started off with nothing. Without my parents or my guardians or whoever that helped me get through the first challenges in my life, I'm really pretty clueless. So regret is driven by the thought that somehow you had this innate knowledge that, oh, I should have known this. Not possible. Now, are humans very good at doing some very dumb stuff? Absolutely. Have you ever broken a dish or a glass in the kitchen? Yeah, I don't know anyone who hasn't. Should you have paid attention? Should you have been more careful? Sure, but you were responsible. You were the person who broke the glass, broke the dish, and you're the one who paid to buy it, probably, right? Wouldn't you be more careful with your things? Of course. You get mad at your kids, like, how come you didn't know that, Bob? Wow. Well, think about that. You've made mistakes in your life. Absolutely. My laundry list of mistakes, mile long. And I don't see that list slowing down any further. Now, Do I be more careful about the things I do, about the words I say to people, how I treat everyone? Absolutely. I do the absolute best I can every day. But does that measure up and is it perfect? Absolutely not. So when you think about regret, what does that actually stem from? That stems from the belief that you can be perfect. Dang, if I could have done this, the situation would have been so much better. There are some situations, in fact, there are many situations that are utterly out of your control. There is nothing you can do with them. Case in point, in my life, I've driven over 600,000 miles with multiple vehicles, driving on trips, speaking, road tripping, all these things. I've driven like to the moon and back, and then I'm heading back on my next roll. I'm in my mid-40s. I'll probably do a lot more miles. Now, in that time, I have seen 23, maybe it's this way, 23 live accidents happen in front of me, of which I've been a participant of 2. One, because I was a young driver and I wasn't conscious of just how close I might have been, and didn't realize, man, smoke comes out, all these things in my head, like, dang, if I only, but you didn't know. If you have the information to act on and you simply ignored it, now that's just what adults call being dumb. Like, dude, come on, you knew that was going to happen. But a lot of times, humans also run on hope theory. That, oh, I hope it'll actually work out. And sometimes it actually does. But so often, it just doesn't work out that way. I mean, when I'm working on a tool and I've got a screwdriver, oh, yeah. Here's a classic maneuver. I'm going to get focused again. Pretend this is a screwdriver. Just thought about this. And you're screwing on something like a bolt or wood or whatever, and you're screwing on something. What is the probability that that screw will slip and you'll go, ah? Much higher than you think. Should you have thought about that? Absolutely. But perhaps you haven't taken safety training or something, or you just don't think that way. Oh, I don't usually use tools, and I didn't ever think that the screw could have slipped and I could have punched that screwdriver through my hand, and now I'm sitting in the ER to get patched up. Humans just do a lot of thoughtless stuff, but at least in general, it's not intentional. And you have to give yourself the benefit of the doubt that, man, I just totally didn't think about that screw slipping and blam, because humans get so focused on doing what they're doing that we tend to erase the rest of the world. Now, do people claim, oh, I can multitask and I'm great at it? Maybe. But you are not efficient at multitasking, and you're distracted, and there's a high probability that you're going to miss some particular critical detail. Like, man, I got to get this screwed in because I got to put this together, distract. It happens. It happens every day. And in fact, as a safety speaker, I know, and I looked up the statistics from the U.S. Department of, Department of Commerce and Labor Statistics, 4 people will die today in a workplace accident. 11, so a bunch of fingers plus an extra finger here. 11, yeah, there you go. Whatever. 11 will be seriously injured today in a workplace accident. A lot. Let's see. Let me do the calculation, because I don't think I can divide 50 by 360. So let's find out. All right. And why am I telling you this? Let's see. 50,000 divided by 365. Right. Do you know what 136 stands for? That is roughly the number of people who will die today on the roadways as a result of a car accident from inattention, slick conditions, who knows. Did any of those people look back and, oh man, if I only wish... No, we never do. Sometimes your number's up and you just can't see that coming. So this concept of regret stems from the belief that you are all-knowing, that you are God. I should have known this all. That's impossible. But do you work with the best knowledge you've got to look out for yourself and those who you love, to make sure they're safe, well fed, cared for, and all these things? Absolutely. So the concept of avoiding regret because it's so self-destructive is you got to say, man, dang, I could have been there, I should have, but you weren't. And maybe you chose not to be as a selfish decision. Maybe you chose to be because you just didn't want to be there for whatever reason, or perhaps you couldn't be. You had work obligations, you were sick. I mean, things happen. Just don't burn your house down and your emotional self thinking, oh, if I only wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because the classic saying is, you could should all over yourself, but it will still make you smell. It doesn't matter. That has happened. You have to let it go. And I mean, you're telling me, Aaron, well, you don't have children. What if you had a child die? I'm telling you, if you could have saved your child, would you have? Absolutely. Oh, who wouldn't? Stupid thing to say, right? But it happens. And it happens every day. People's children die, cancer, accidents, who knows, freak stuff happens. Did those parents regret that moment for the rest of their life? Absolutely. But you have to remember that would you have taken the choice to risk your child's life? No way. You just wouldn't have. Nobody would do that, at least people in their right mind who don't pretend to be one thing but are another. No, it doesn't happen. So you have to remember that is emotion there, and you have to recognize you aren't perfect. Things are going to happen, but the full thought of, okay, I did everything I possibly could, given the knowledge that I have, that's the best you can do. And that is really how you avoid regret. Do I wish I didn't get sick and could have round trip skied to the pole and back? Absolutely. Do I wish instead, I'm not going to make it, could I have skied across like these couple of guys did this year? Absolutely, but it didn't happen. There's no way I can change that. I mean, my book is written. Here it is, Antarctic Tears. You can read what happened. Do I wish I could change some things? Absolutely, but can I go back in time? No, you just can't, and that's the way it is. And you have to know that emotion will wash over you, but recognize it for what it was and tell yourself, I am not perfect, but I will do the absolute best I can. And that will tend to help you avoid that very negative emotion of regret. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like and comment on my video. Subscribe to the channel below. Check out my links. Click that little down arrow in the lower right hand of the video. Check out my links. Go to my website. Please support me on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon with the links below. Thank you very much for watching.